Hello, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week we will be knitting a sweater that's in the fire and a thumbnail. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to try. This is a bottom-up circular yoke sweater, which colour sweater obviously. But as you saw from the start of this video, my ribbon isn't big enough for the body. That is because instead of bottom up, I'm going to be knitting this top down like a normal circular yoke sweater. Because I don't want to do bottom up color work. I don't. That's not happening. I have the tiny of not entirely, thank God, but mostly sort of reconstructing this to be top down instead of bottom up. Luckily, the yoke is easy enough to switch around because there's a chart. I know what I'm doing, so that's easy enough to figure out. They do 15 stitch counts for everything, so I should be able to figure this out just fine. But this is my first time reconstructing a sweater to what I want to do. I don't know how good I'm gonna be at this, but I'm gonna try. My yarn is a little bit smaller than the yarn that you're supposed to use for this. So I am knitting a small. I probably could have gotten away with an extra small, being the small size in the pattern, but just in case I have sized up, just to make sure. But as you can see, it's barely gotten anywhere yet. We've got 7 centimeters to knit for the collar or neckband, as it is in this. I don't think this pattern is originally in English, obviously by the name of the title, but it does seem like it's translated properly if it wasn't, so that's fine. I'm just trying to procrastinate doing this, even though I have 7 centimeters of ribbing to procrastinate with. There is a folded slot option. No, I think it would look nice with the turtleneck that it is. But then again, I am using colours, so maybe no. Speaking of, the yarn I am using for this is the same yarn as my 6-day style blanket from a couple months ago. I don't know when it would be to this video, but my style blanket from a few months ago, plus plus the yarn from the mustard scarf that I did a video on as well. They're both being used in this. I just wanted to check to make sure when that video was, so I knew. But the yarn from the mustard video, the mustard scarf video, and the star blanket video, I'm using all of that in one to use for this. I have 16 colors to use, not including this brown, because I want to use this brown specifically for the ribbons, so I think that would look the best. This pattern also isn't for an all-over colour work, but I'm thinking I'm going to make it an all-over colour work sweater, because I think that will help eat up a lot of this yarn, because I have a lot of it. And like I said, 16 cakes of yarn. So with that being said, I don't think I'll do the decreases on the sleeves. I think I will just do that as a straight sleeve, so that I don't have to refigure out the colour. Yes, I'm refiguring out the whole sweater, so I'm not doing more than I have to. But I guess first things first is to do the colour. So let's get started. Okay, it's the same day, but I've had a realization. I need a colour for the body, so like a main colour for the sweater. So I've decided I'm going to use the brown that I'm using for the ribbings, because I think that will look best. But as you can see, this variegated one has very similar brown colour in it. So because I already have 15 other colours, I'm just going to take this one out. I'm just not going to use it for this, because if I did, some of the stitches would get lost in the sweater. So, and with colour work, that wouldn't be great. So I'm just going to take that one out. I do need to get more brown, as this is all I have. But I'm going to Spotlight tomorrow anyway to get yarn for another project, so that's fine. So we now have 15 colours for the colour work that we are going to work from red all the way through to this brown to create a gradient. There, that's sorted. I've spent last whatever rows this is of ribbing. Trying to think about it. So, sorted. Don't need to panic anymore. But yeah, that's sorted. That's the idea. That's what we're going with. I will see you the next time I update. I'm currently at 3 centimeters for deep ribbing, and it is quite a lot. So I'm going to call it here for the ribbing and have more mock neck situation instead of a turtleneck, because I think I'll like it better than a turtleneck. And I've also realized I don't need to buy more of this yarn. I have this turtleneck raglan I made 2 years ago, I think. It was my first ever knitting vlog. I have this. I have never worn it since I made it. So I'm just gonna flip this for you. It's literally the exact same, well, I don't think it's the exact same dye lot, but it's the same color. It's not even like shade different. So I'm just gonna flip this and use it for the yarn so that I don't have to buy more. Yeah, problem solved. I will still be going to Spotlight tomorrow though, because I need yarn for a different project, as I think I said. But yeah, easy solution. And it's reusing yarn. Great job me for actually thinking for once. But yeah, the ribbing is done. Yarn is sorted. This is probably where I'll leave this for today, because it's late. So I will see you the next time I film an update. It is a few days later. And I have started the colour work. It's so good. Oh my god. And I finished last week's video project. So now this is my main project. Sorry if I sound like shit. I am unwell, to say the least. So this is what you get, unfortunately. But yeah, started the colour work. I don't think I updated. I did end up frogging the raglan. That gave me quite a lot of brown yarn for this. I did not change my needle size because I forgot. So we're working with 3.5s the whole way down, I guess, because I can't be bothered to undo it. When I realised I had already started the colour work and I couldn't be bothered undoing it. So I think it still looks great. Looks good though, so I don't really think I needed to change it, honestly, looking at this. This is probably the neatest my knit colour work has looked. So if I want to do knit colour work, I guess it has to be in the round, because my flat colour work does not look this good. But yeah, I'm liking my colour choices. You can see it on the camera, luckily, but the dark red against the brown, this one, is a little harder to see in person, but you can see it when it's in light, but when it's slightly darker it is hard to see, but it's fine. I think that's everything I wanted to update you on. So let's move on. I've finished the yoke of the sweater. I have also separated the sleeves from the body. I've decided I'm not going to do all over color work for the sweater because I can't be bothered changing the bothered changing the chart to fit for the I can't be bothered changing the chart, so I'm just going to do, and also this is quite bold as it is, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. There is a chart that goes along the very top of the cuffs and the body ribbon. I'm going to do that, but I can't do it all. So we are now onto the body for 31 centimeters before the I forgot to mention that I did there's rows in the chart that you're supposed to exclude, that you're supposed to not do the certain sizes. I did them because I forgot to not do them in the chart. So I did six extra rows than I should have in the colour work. So I had 6 extra stitches. I don't know how that works because they weren't in the process for the slip, but just normal code. Anyway, without time to now, or whatever that is, I did have 6 extra stitches in colour, which gave me this little spot here. I did decrease to fix it, and this is going to be like the back of my right shoulder, my right. I couldn't be focused on doing basically doing up until my left fix that. So I just decrease in specific row. I didn't want to decrease all of it and create a weird bulge, I guess. That's a great word. It still sort of did it anyway, but smaller than it would have if I decreased all of them in one row, I guess. But I'm not going to save it, so it's not my problem. My stitch count is exact for the body and the sleeves, so that's all that matters. It's fixed as far as I'm concerned. So, if I was super worried about the white dot being there, I could probably duplicate stitch it, but I've never done that before, and like I said, I don't care. So, it is the next day after I was sick. Still not 100% better, but better than I was after that last update clip. So, on the mend, hopefully I stay on the mend and then get worse again. That was the 3rd Sunday in a row that I've had a head cold. If it happens again next Sunday, I'm going to be really annoyed because but anyway, I'm better now. Hopefully it stays that way. But let's get on to the ribbon. That's all the ends I'm going to have to do something about. I should probably do that before I get all the body on. Anyway, body. still working on the body, but just run out of the second or third cake. I have 3 left. This one slightly smaller and one a bit bigger, but I've still got like 10 centimeters to work on the body. So I'm gonna switch to the sleeves so that I know that I have enough yarn for the sleeves. I'm quite particular about my sleeves. They either have to be full length or t-shirt sleeves. So, and this is supposed to be a sweater, so I want full sleeves for this. So, and this seems to be quite a tall sweater, so I don't care if it has to be cropped. I'd rather focus on the sleeves than the body. I don't know yet how long the sleeves have to be. I know how long the body has to be before the design around the ribbing. The sleeves, I don't. 44. This 44 minus 6. Real time with me trying to do math. Let's see. 38. Yes? 44 minus 3 would be 41. Yeah, 38. Yep. 38. Okay. I don't do math very well. I think that shows. Yep. Okay, 38. Yeah, just need to rework the sleeve increases to decreases to figure out what I'm doing. But yeah, sleeves, and then we'll go back to the body. This one. Most likely after I finish both sleeves. I don't think I want to do one and then go back to the body. I'm also just gonna switch to my shorty needles instead of taking these out because I can't be bothered. Yeah, I probably should, so that they're secure, so that my stitches are secure with the cable minders, the little ends that you can screw in. But I don't want to go through the hassle of that. And mine are slightly broken because if they're too tight twisted in, if you twist them too far, the screw doesn't come out. They just unscrew from the little screw. If that makes sense. I don't think that made sense to myself, so I don't know if that'll make sense to you, but that's what they're doing. So I don't want to go through the hassle of dealing with them. So, shorties. With the 30 centimeter cable work, or should I go most 20? Ooh, I could start it. That's all that matters. Okay, sleeves. quick little update. It is the next day from the last clip. I finished the sleeve that day, shockingly, somehow. It took just over 4 hours to knit the sleeve. I have moved back to knitting the body to finish this cake of yarn because today's a busy day. I'm literally filming this in between a short amount of time that I have to myself. So to make it easier for myself, instead of trying to track decreases throughout the day, I've moved back to the body to work on this. I don't think I'm going to get too much done based on the try on I did yesterday. I think I need another 8 centimeters before, just another 8 centimeters actually. As you saw, there was an A colourwork before the ribbing on the sleeves. I decided I couldn't be bothered doing the colourwork, so I'm not going to. Mostly because I couldn't decide if I wanted to continue the gradient or use one of the colours I have already used or not, and ultimately I just decided that the choice was stressing me out too much, so I'm just not going to colour. It's fine. I went to Spotlight today. I had a gift card I used it. So here is a quick little yarn haul because I don't need a lot, but I had a gift card. First things first is the lens. Look how pretty. I believe it is a cotton yarn. The bags are so strong. Yeah, that's cotton. I can tell from the texture. So pretty. I love the colours in this. I don't think this is any millends from a Spotlight yarn itself, because I don't think I've seen these colours before in cotton, but it is quite a thin cotton still, so I think this still could be a Spotlight cotton. I just am blind. That's not surprising because Spotlight's usual cotton, the binders, yeah, this is the usual one and it's quite thin itself. I think these are definitely a very similar weight. Yeah, they're very similar, so it definitely could be an Australian cotton. I've never seen these colours before, so but yeah, very pretty. Not in my usual colour scheme. As you can see, there's a lot more red than blue. I've figured out that warmer colours tend to suit me better, but I couldn't pass up with how pretty this is, so And then, because there's a sale on, apparently, that the new ends was only $10 instead of $14 for VIPs at least, and it was a $20 gift card, so I needed to spend a bit more. I was fine with spending a bit over 20 because there wasn't really much for $10 for $6, so I bought 2 Motivera Valley in the colorway Glencoe. I don't know how you pronounce that, but yeah, it is an acrylic yarn. I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do with the cotton yarn just yet. I have ideas, but I don't know right at this moment. But this, I'm thinking either a step-by-step sweater or the Remy Raglan. I'm not quite sure. I'm fine with buying more yarn for this if I have to, as I only bought 2 cakes, but I'm small, so I don't usually need a lot for me, but one of those 2, most likely. I'm thinking a step-by-step since I really enjoyed that, and I would love to make another one in a variegated, not striped one. And I keep saying yellow is my color, but it's so pretty. I especially love the pink in this. It's not coming off the same on camera, but probably because of no lighting. But it is the way you see this pink on camera, that one, it's how this looks in person. Is that a bit better? Maybe you can see it a little bit better. Not much though, but yeah, really pretty. So that's most likely going to be step-by-step or Remy Raglan. Most likely a step-by-step, as I've seen that the Remy Raglan's short bows are after the yoke, and I'd rather get them before the yoke. So most likely a step-by-step. This, which I think will be very good. Trying to think if I can think of any ideas straight off the top of my head. So we'll just think about that one another time. But yeah, very happy with those choices. Moving on to finishing this. Maybe finishing the body, but I doubt it. We're currently at like 22 centimeters for the body. I worked a bit on it this morning, not much though. But I'm thinking probably like 30 centimeters for the full body for where I want it to sit. So I'm thinking of working out how many rows that is, and then figuring out how much I actually need to knit instead of just blindly going down and knit. Yep, that's what we're doing. Yes, let's do that. we're done. Finally. I am really happy with how it turned out. As you saw, still have leftover yarn of that lot. I've got some ideas still for it. At this point, I should just donate it with a bunch of other yarn that I'm going to donate, but I don't want to just create colours altogether, so we'll see. I do want to use them. Oh, it's not just I can, it's just I keep not realising how little knitting uses them. So, but it's done. I'm happy with it. It has not been blocked yet because I can't be bothered doing that today, but I want to finish this video. So I don't think the fit will change too much with blocking because it's acrylic. It doesn't really, even with steam blocking, it doesn't really change that much in knitting from what I've seen at this. This took 27 and a half hours, which I think that's around my usual time for this, for something like this. Probably. I don't know how much individual yarn weight I used for each individual colour, but altogether I used 253 grams of yarn, which most of that was from the turtleneck that I got. I still have some of big cake of the brown left that is now joined with the other scraps of those scraps that you saw. Yeah, that's everything. It's done. I've got a couple days before I can start another project because Ravelry only lets you pay through PayPal, and they're currently trying to confirm my identity through PayPal, and that's going to take a couple days. So I have the joy of being forced to wait to start a new project. Unfortunately. So I'm going to be bored for the next few days unless I start something else. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Bye.